Hi everyone, I'm Professor Good and I will be your instructor for this course, which is Biology 110 Life Science. This is just a brief welcome and a quick tutorial of how to find the assignments on the Canvas site. So we're going to begin with you're on the Canvas site, and the next thing you're going to do is check out all the features on Canvas and the things for this course. So over here on the left, you can see the syllabus, which if you click there, it will take you to the syllabus. Announcements. Announcements will also pop up in the homepage. And if you have the settings, which I highly suggest for your Canvas site, they will also be emailed to you. Where you're going to live most of the semester is where it says modules. So if you ever get lost and you're like, I can't find something, go to modules and they will help you. The other thing to note, I'm going to scroll down a little bit more, is where it says McGraw-Hill Connect. If you're just ready to read the textbook, or if you're wondering where is the ebook, you're going to go to McGraw-Hill Connect and it will take you to the Connect site, and that is the location of the textbook. So I'm going to show you under modules, and this is going to be really fast. There's a longer version on the first assignment. I just want to get you started. So as soon as you click on modules, you're going to see some ICC and Canvas resources. These are there if you need them. If you don't, that's fine. So we have all kinds of things, academic support. So if you need tutoring, which is free at ICC, if you need access services, so longer taking tests, etc., testing center, or if you're having some mental health issues, all of these resources are there to help you. So I'm going to close that module. And it makes sense, you're always going to start where it says, welcome, start here. So we've got the lab manual. You also have the lab manual located in your lab kit. You're going to purchase the lab kit from the ICC bookstore. We also have the syllabus, so it's located in two places under the syllabus tab on the left and here. The syllabus is kind of the guide of how the course works. I highly recommend you either print it or read every single page. It's also going to be attached to this welcome email. Then I have some FAQs, some tips for success. The digital opt-out for Red Shelf is only if you would like to purchase the textbook and connect somewhere else. But I'm going to warn you, once you click that button, you're still going to need Connect, Proctorio, and the ebook for this course, and you're probably going to pay a higher price somewhere else. So let's keep scrolling down, and this is where you're going to start. So it says orientation assignments due soon. So make sure you get in there and get those assignments done by the due date. And I give you a little, this is called a page of how to do that. I also give you some what is called Nearpod tips. So Nearpod is the program that I'm going to use. It's free. You don't have to do anything besides click on the link, and this is where I'm going to give you the lecture material. So you can read all those little tips, and really the purpose of this video, besides welcome, is for you to know how to get started. The first thing you're going to do is click on this little symbol that has the little film designation, and it says Orientation Nearpod. As soon as you click that, it will take you to Nearpod. All you have to do is follow the instructions. You have to get all the way through the assignment. It is fairly lengthy, but you can start and stop it as long as you're using the same browser and the same computer. It's about 80 minutes, and I go through all the components of the course, the syllabus, the lecture, the lab, etc. Once you've completed that, which is worth 10 points, so pretty much what I've found is if you don't do that assignment, then the rest of the semester you struggle. So yes, it's 80 minutes, but once you get through it, you're going to be prepared for this course. So once you're done, then you're going to watch a little video on how to use Proctorio, which I'll explain in the syllabus. And then you're going to click on Proctorio Orientation. So that's a quiz that is about how you get your computer ready for Proctorio. So now let's look at what a typical module or lesson is going to look like. So I'm going to scroll down, and the very first thing you're going to see is what's called a page. It has a little green check mark by it. That's going to give you just some tips and tricks on how to complete each module. After you've read all the things in the pages, which are primarily going to be the video links that are in Nearpod. Now to get your points, you need to watch the Nearpod, which that will make sense once you get in there. So then I'm going to have materials that you need for lecture and lab. So the Nearpod notes correspond with the actual Nearpod. Then there's a study guide that is not for points, so 0 points. However, if you do it and you want the answer key, you email me with your completed study guide. And then once it's completed and I have received the email, I will reply with the answer key. And then I have practice Kahoots, which are just what they sound like. They're little practice activities that you can use for tests and quizzes. As I scroll down, it reminds you, use the lab kit. So the lab manual is in the lab kit. And then I have the assignment due date and all of the assignments. So the due dates are going to vary from semester to semester. So please check your syllabus to see what those due dates are. And then this is what I call your to-do list. So you're going to do the Nearpod. This is the lesson 1 Nearpod. This is the actual first set of notes. It's over the scientific method. Then you have what's called a smart book, a virtual lab. That's the lab portion of the course. That's part of the lab portion of the course, I should say. You're going to submit your lab photos using the lab kit and using the lab manual in the lab kit. Then you're going to take a quiz. The quiz is after you've gained your knowledge, and the quiz is timed, and the only resource you may use is your brain. And then only the first module or lesson, you're going to have a little welcome / introduction discussion board. We don't really have very many discussion boards in this course. And when you're all done, then you would move to the next lesson. Hope that was helpful. I hope we have a great semester, and email me at agood@icc.edu if you have any questions.